Hello humans, welcome back to another video, and this is the only piece of technology I've actually kind of regretted buying. I mean, it's slightly better to me in my mind now. I bought a VA panel, like a really cheap one, just as a backup monitor. It's like the AOpen S22 CV1 or something. A bunch of numbers, they all do that. I was going to Micro Center like a year ago to buy a new GPU and really nice IPS panel, and I ran into this and I'm like, yeah, why not? It's an extra 75 bucks. I'm already spending $1,000. So I was like, MSI sucks, and they do not have good warranty support. So because my dad tried to RMA his B550 motherboards before, wherein they were perfectly in warranty and it was MSI's fault that they broke, but they didn't do anything. They fixed it 3 times, but it still never got fixed. Just really annoying. So why I didn't buy the MSI monitor was because of that. But the MSI monitor was a 22-inch 1080p monitor that's 100 hertz like this one, but it had a IPS panel, which means no smearing, no random bullcrap like that. So I'm going to show you why this is really important for this kind of monitor. So you want to do office work or whatever, so you can read text, it has good contrast, but you see anything moving, it almost does the, what the hell is happening? It almost does the effect of a e-ink display, where I hate this scroll wheel, it keeps spinning when I shouldn't. So I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of hard to tell, but it's doing this thing that only really e-ink displays do, which is whenever it changes a pixel and it's a fast moving object, it takes like 3 frames to do it. So what this means is you have a white pixel going down, turn yellow. So I'm gonna open a tab of FNF, and it'll be super obvious and why it's really annoying. You can tell, even in the settings menu, that it's flashing the wrong color for a split second. It's like a way brighter yellow than it should be, just for a split second, and there's just a ghost around all the letters. It's perfectly shaped like the letters, so you know it's a problem with the monitor. Then let me go bot play, then leave the menu. Then when you get to the big one, the blocking, it looks like, you know, when a YouTube video is compressed really bad, and especially on OLED monitors, you can just see the slightly less than black background on a planet or whatever when it's supposed to be a space background. This is exactly what it's doing. It's like it has compression artifacts, even though, well, this is a monitor, there can't be any compression artifacts. The only way there would be compression artifacts is if I was watching a YouTube video, but it's a game that's completely unrelated. Okay, so now I'm going to compare it against 2 monitors. The one on my laptop, which is a good IPS, and that one. And you can see with the boyfriend's idle animation, he's just going yellow. But you see in a second, the laptop is completely fine. It just has this weird trailing effect. I try to play actual rhythm games with it, and it gets annoying enough that I'm just no, I can't do it. And I used this as a monitor for streaming for a while because I didn't want to move my other one, but I just couldn't, because I had an old LED monitor that it had way worse colors than this, because this is a tiny bit washed out, especially right now. It's a tiny bit washed out, but it's serviceable. It actually, the white is white and whatever. But the monitor from 20 years ago has better motion rendering than this thing because it doesn't do e-ink stuff. And I was kind of surprised at this because I'm pretty sure I have a 250 hertz VA panel, and that one is completely fine. I mean, I guess it was 250 or something whenever it came out in 2019. This was 75 bucks. A IPS of the same specs is also 75 bucks, and I've noticed 240 frames per second 1080p panels, which have really good color accuracy, by the way, are only 100 bucks. And I went to testufo.com. It's a motion blur test. It's gonna be kind of off. It's just more chunky than this monitor. I know it's kind of unfair because 240, but you go over here, then you go to the second one, which is 50, and it's just chunky. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. And even the bottom one just looks fine on the IPS. The IPS is 240 hertz. And the issue is, like, that is 6-bit color accuracy, or color space. That this is 8-bit. So, like, the contrast shouldn't be so much worse. Like, that red is not nearly as... It just looks weird. Like it's... I don't know how to explain it too well. I mean, the resolution's fine. Like, it's fine with reading text. But literally anything else, I cannot do it. And I can't sell this monitor or anything, because why would anyone want this? So I just kind of screwed myself over buying it. But, like, it's probably going to be this kind of thing where it lasts for a really long time, and it is actually pretty bright. And, like, far enough away, if I'm just on a static piece of text, like, it is good for a server, because it's bright, it has better contrast, like, the black on that screen's pretty good. But for anything else, if you want to stare at a blank page, or if you want to actually game or anything, do not get a VA panel. You'll be disappointed. If you're just staring at text all day and it doesn't move very often, you'll probably like it. But it's $75 either way, so, like, just get the better one and you won't complain about it ever. Well, this should be about it for this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you want to see another video. Bye.